Hello and welcome to the She is Courageous podcast, your weekly reminder that courage comes before confidence and mindset is where it starts. I'm Shelley Bosworth, business mindset coach, helping women to stop holding themselves back and start showing up boldly in business, work, and of course life. This podcast is your nudge to ditch the self-doubt, quieten the overthinking, and take action that builds real confidence. Because she is courageous and she is you. Hello. And welcome back to the She is Courageous podcast. Oh, I nearly sang that then, didn't I? Right, this week, oh my gosh, I'm going to talk about something that I see all the time. I have worked with so many women over the last 5 years where they have told me and told themselves they need more information. I have seen so many people, I've known so many people, hey, I've caught myself doing a little bit of this too, but this piece where we tell ourselves we just need more information because we need a bit more clarity, because we need a bit more time, because we need a bit more certainty, a bit more knowledge before we make the move. Now, the point of today's episode is no, you don't. Okay? If this is you, right now, if you are listening to this and you're like, oh God, this is me, right? You do not need more information. You need to trust yourself. That's what I want to talk about today. Because I do see this all the time. I have worked with hundreds of women. I've had hundreds of women come to me who've told me honestly, you know, I've done so many courses and yet I'm still not making the money I want to make. I'm still not doing the things that I know I need to do. I spoke with someone just a few weeks ago and she was like, I just bought another course and I know all I've done is give myself another reason to not do what I know I really need to do. That's what I'm talking about today. When we talk about imposter syndrome, I've done hundreds of workshops on imposter syndrome. And Dr. Valerie Young, she did a massive study on imposter syndrome. And she said that there are 5 faces of imposter syndrome. And one of them is called the expert. And these are the people that literally tell themselves that they need to be the expert in order to be taken seriously, in order to be given any credibility. These are the people that continually tell themselves, I need more information. I'll just read one more book. I'll just do one more course. I mean, they also like a certificate, the experts. Today's podcast isn't really about imposter syndrome and the expert, but they're the people I'm talking to. If you're one of those that tells yourself you need a certificate before you can, this is for you. If you're someone who thinks, I've read all the books, why is nothing changing? This is for you. If you are someone that keeps buying all the courses and doesn't even get a certificate at the end of them, this is for you. You do not need more information. You need to trust yourself. Now, my little disclaimer on this is there are some things that you might need some more information on, okay? Because I will get on my soapbox and have been known to get on my soapbox about the coaching industry and the $7 qualifications and things like that. That's not what today is. This is for you today if you are someone that is fundamentally putting off doing what you can do, want to do, need to do because you're telling yourself you need more information. Because you tell yourself you're being thorough. You tell yourself you're being responsible. You're telling yourself you just want to get it right. But what you're actually doing is best case, hesitating, worst case, avoiding. Checking, researching, just looking at what everyone else is doing. But most of the time it's not because you don't know what to do. It's because you don't fully trust yourself to do it. I say this all the time, right? In the world we live in now, it's never about not knowing what to do. It's why the work I do is so passionately about business and mindset, leadership and mindset, because there is always a way to find the answer. There's always someone somewhere that will tell you what you could do, should do, need to do. You can find out via the beauty of the internet how to do something, what to do. There are enough things you can go and research and like, what do I need to do in order to get to this result? There are millions of people that want to tell you, be that through TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, whatever. It's never about not knowing what to do. Because most of us know exactly what we need to do. It's that we don't trust ourselves to do it, and we don't trust ourselves to do it well, successfully, and we don't trust we'll get the results we really want. What we're really doing is not gathering more information, not trying to learn more. We're avoiding making the decision we really need to make. We're avoiding making the decision to do the thing, because once we decide, you have to back it. That's why people say all the time, you just have to decide. But actually deciding is the hardest part, because like when you do decide, there's kind of no going back at that point. It's a whole other layer of self-beration if we decide and then we don't do. That's when it gets really, really uncomfortable. So what do? We stay in the loop. We stay in the loop of just a bit more information. I'll just look over here again. I'll just have a bit more of a think. I'll just revisit it again. And the longer you stay there, the harder it becomes to move, because you are feeding the self-doubt. And the more you look outside of you, the less you listen to you. The more you look around you, the more opinions you take in. And the harder it becomes to hear your own. And this is exactly where then people start saying to me, I'm really stuck, I don't know what to do. It's not true. You do know what to do. Your thinking is just so full because you knew what to do at the very beginning, but now you've got so much else that's been thrown in the mix because you've gone and got so much more information. You're questioning the original knowing of what to do. And the longer you stay in that loop, the less you trust yourself, the more you second guess, the harder every single decision becomes. Everything just feels too big and overwhelming. It all starts to feed each other. It's all about self-trust. Self-trust is key. And it's a mindset. Self-trust is about how you think about yourself. Because when you trust yourself, and there's a number of layers of this trust, right? First and foremost, it's trusting yourself that you can try. Trusting yourself that you'll be okay whatever happens. Trusting yourself that you'll learn. Trusting yourself that you don't have to have the right answer. Trusting yourself that you will take a step. When you trust yourself, you don't need to keep checking. You don't need more opinions. You don't need more options. You don't need to wait for things to be perfect. When you trust yourself, you decide. When you trust yourself, it doesn't matter if that decision is right or wrong, because it's just the act of the decision. When you trust yourself, you decide and then you act and you deal with whatever comes next. Trusting yourself is not having all the answers. It's the complete opposite. It's not having the answers, but being willing to decide anyway. Trusting yourself is backing yourself. And I think this is where it gets really confused, because I think that people think that backing themselves means they are certain it will work. They are certain they will get the result they want. They are certain that they'll get success. That's not backing yourself. That's having a crystal ball. Or following somebody else's golden nugget template, which might not actually be right for you, but that's a whole other conversation too. Trusting yourself is backing yourself. And backing yourself is right back to, as I just said, it's not having all the answers, but being willing to decide and step forward anyway. Backing yourself is knowing you'll be okay. Now, I bet if you're really honest, there's something right now, there is something that you want to do and you've been putting off. I bet there's something that you've decided. You've told yourself that you need to do it, that this is the thing that will make the difference, but you haven't acted on it. I guarantee we've all got something, and by the way, I probably have. I'm like, do I want to go here and actually admit it? No, because I'll lose the flow of the episode. I guarantee if you are really honest with yourself, there is something right now that you've already decided, you just haven't acted on it. I guarantee there is something that you keep circling. I do have something, actually. I'm not going to share it widely. But it's actually, as I'm thinking about this now, this is a really good example. There is something that I said I was going to do. I was going to do really intentionally because I know it would help my business. But I haven't done it. Not I haven't done it at all, but I haven't done it to the level that I said I was going to. Now, I could tell you all the reasons I haven't done it. I could also tell you all the information I've gone looking for to help me feel a bit better about doing it when I'm ready to do it. But fundamentally, I've been putting something off. Fundamentally, I have not backed myself. How about you? What are you putting off? What are you delaying? Where are you not backing yourself? Where are you not trusting yourself? And then where are you looking at everybody else that's doing that thing and just kind of telling yourself, I just do this, I just do that. I'll come back when I'm ready, when I feel clearer. The word clarity gets bounced around a lot in the coaching industry, and it's one of those words. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Okay, but a lot of people talk about how coaching gives clarity, and it does. I just wish I had a better word for it. But a lot of people seem to be seeking clarity. A lot of people think that if they just had clarity, everything would be okay. A lot of people are waiting for clarity. Well, controversially, I don't think anybody's waiting for clarity. I think that's what they tell themselves. What I actually think is people are waiting for confidence. And what I really believe is that that's where courage plays in. Now, come on, ladies, it's the She Is Courageous podcast, right? I don't think you're waiting for clarity. I mean, clarity is great, don't get me wrong. Clarity does make things easier, but I don't think it's clarity you're waiting for right now in order to do the thing that you want to do. I think you're waiting to feel more confident. You're waiting to trust yourself enough to believe you can do it. And here's where so many people go wrong. It's where all the coaches, and as I'm sitting here now, I'm like, oh my God, this is a massive content opportunity. People talk about the confidence to do the thing, the courage to do the thing. I do. But it's not about having the confidence to believe that I can do it and it'll be okay. It's having the belief that I can do it and I'll be okay whatever. Confidence doesn't come before the decision. Episode 1 of the She Is Courageous podcast. Courage comes before confidence. Confidence is not the prerequisite, it's the result. Courage comes first. Trust and courage need to work together. You need to trust yourself that you have the courage to do the thing and face whatever it brings. And that will give you the confidence. Even if you don't get the result, even if you fail, yes, I use that word, even if you monumentally screw up, your confidence will fly because you'll come out the other side. So here's what I want you to do this week, listener. I want you to stop circling that thing that you've decided to do and still haven't done. What did you decide that you were going to do this year that you have not done? Pick the decision you've been avoiding. Make it today. Not when it feels easier, because it won't. Not when it feels clearer, because it won't. Today, make the decision. It doesn't matter if it's the right or the wrong decision. It only matters that you make the decision. You do not need more information. You just need to trust yourself. And then, like I always say, take one step, one tiny small step, because action builds self-trust. It builds it, it rebuilds it, it strengthens it. Thinking does not build self-trust. Checking does not build self-trust. Waiting does not build self-trust. Reading another book does not build self-trust. You do not need to know everything. You will never know everything. You do not need to feel ready. You will never be 100% ready. You do need to back yourself. Trust that you will be okay, whatever happens. Because you are stronger than you realise. There's a quote coming, isn't there? Stronger than you realise, braver than you think, and loved more than you know. Because you are so much more capable than you ever give yourself credit for. Whether that's capable of doing the thing or capable of coming out the other side of the thing and navigating what it brings. But the longer you stay in the loop of needing more information, needing to feel ready, needing to know everything, the more disconnected you become from your own judgment, which makes it even harder to build self-trust. And that's where you lose momentum. That's where you stay stuck. So this week, stop looking for more information. Start listening to yourself. You already know. I challenge you to go act on it. Courage starts with trusting yourself before you feel fully ready. I know you can. Do you?